What if the quarter in your pocket right now holds a piece of America's soul and a secret value most people will never discover? Imagine pulling out a handful of change and one coin stops you cold. It's not flashy, it doesn't scream for attention, but as the light hits it, something shifts. A horse frozen mid-glance behind a wooden fence, a grand old mansion watching over bluegrass fields, and suddenly, you're not just holding metal, you're holding 1792. You're holding Kentucky holding 1792. You're holding Kentucky. You're holding a story that refuses to stay buried in your drawer. That coin is the 2001 Kentucky State Quarter, and today we're stepping into its world, a place where history, emotion, and hidden collector value collide in ways that will make you look at every quarter differently. Slow cinematic zoom on the image provided, glistening silver against black, dramatic side-by-side obverse and reverse, subtle particle effects like dust from the past swirling. You feel it immediately. On one side, George Washington stares forward with quiet dignity, the same stoic leader who helped birth a nation. Liberty. In God we trust. The words that built America. But flip it, and Kentucky explodes to life. My old Kentucky home. A thoroughbred racehorse peers over a split-rail fence, muscles taut, eyes alert, as if ready to burst into a gallop across the screen. Behind it rises Federal Hill, the elegant Bardstown mansion where legend says Stephen Foster found inspiration for Kentucky's state song. The year 1792 marks Kentucky's entry as the 15th state. E pluribus unum reminds us we are many, yet one. Every line, etched by designer T. James Farrell, pulses with pride, heritage, and the heartbeat of the bluegrass state. This wasn't just another coin. It was part of the 50 State Quarters program that reignited coin collecting for millions. Released on October 15, 2001, the Kentucky Quarter captured a moment when America needed symbols of home, resilience, and identity. Over 723 million were struck between Philadelphia and Denver mints. Numbers so huge, they should make it ordinary. But here's where the story turns suspenseful. Most people see a common quarter. Collectors see possibility. Zoom in closer, look past the obvious. Hidden details most overlook. The intricate texture of the horse's mane, the precise stonework on Federal Hill's facade, the subtle depth in the fence rails. These tiny engravings catch light in ways that make the coin feel alive, almost breathing with the spirit of Kentucky's legendary horse country and the Kentucky Derby's thunderous legacy. Now, the mint marks. Check under In God We Trust on the obverse. A small P for Philadelphia, 353 million struck, or D for Denver, over 370 million. These are your everyday warriors. But the real intrigue, the S mint mark on proof versions from San Francisco. Clad proofs, and especially the 90% silver proofs, fewer than 900,000 silver ones minted, carry that unmistakable mirror-like finish and heavier feel. They were never meant for pockets. They were crafted for collectors who understood their significance. That might make you pause your video. What if your 2001 Kentucky Quarter isn't just worth 25 cents, but could be sitting on hundreds or even thousands if it's hiding something special? Condition is everything. In circulated condition, these coins are still worth face value to most. But in pristine, uncirculated grades, MS 65 and above, values climb to a few dollars. Push into MS 67 or MS 68 territory, and serious money enters the chat, hundreds of dollars. The absolute pinnacle? A 2001 P graded MS 69 once hammered for $2,585 at auction. Perfect strike. Flawless surfaces. A survivor that beat the odds of billions produced. That's the collector psychology at work. It's not just about metal, it's the hunt. The emotional pull of owning a flawless piece of American history. The thrill when you spot one in change and realize you might have found treasure. Nostalgia for the early 2000s when these quarters first dropped and families actually checked their pockets together. The quiet satisfaction of preserving a story that connects Washington's era to modern Kentucky's pride. B-roll, slow-motion horse galloping across Kentucky fields at sunrise, dissolve to Federal Hill Mansion at golden hour, close-ups of coin details with magnifying glass effects, sparkling proof coins under lights, auction hammer falling. Now the suspense builds with those rare errors that turn ordinary coins legendary. While major doubled dies are scarce on Kentucky quarters, look for die cracks near the horse or mansion, off-center strikes, broad strikes, or strike-throughs. Even minor ones can add premium. High-grade error examples have sold for hundreds to over $1,000. The message? Always examine your finds carefully. One small imperfection from the minting process can transform pocket change into numismatic gold. But beyond dollars and cents, this coin carries deeper emotion. Kentucky, land of tomorrow, as its name echoes from native roots. Home to champions on the track, rich soil, and resilient people. Holding this quarter feels like touching the American dream. Opportunity, heritage, forward momentum. It reminds us that even something mass-produced can become rare through time, care, and story. Think about it. How many of these quarters have been lost, spent, or forgotten? Yours might be one of the lucky survivors in gem condition, or perhaps it carries a tiny mint anomaly waiting to be discovered. That uncertainty, that's what keeps collectors awake at night. That's what fuels the passion. Have you ever found something valuable in loose change? Drop it in the comments. What was it, and how did it feel? The 2001 Kentucky quarter isn't flashy like some state designs. It's thoughtful, grounded, powerful in its simplicity. It invites you to slow down, flip it over, and imagine the stories it's witnessed. Families passing it hand to hand, kids learning history through everyday objects, collectors building legacies one coin at a time. In a world of digital everything, this small silver disc connects us to something real, tangible, lasting, so the next time you get change, don't just pocket it. Look closer, feel the weight, trace the horse's gaze. Ask yourself, could this be the one that carries hidden value, a perfect grade, or just a beautiful reminder of home? Because every great collector story starts with one moment of curiosity. If this journey through the 2001 Kentucky quarter stirred something in you, the history, the mystery, the possibility, hit that like button. Subscribe for more deep dives into coins that feel alive with story. Drop a comment. Have you found a special state quarter? Which one's your favorite and why? Share this video with a fellow collector or anyone who loves American history. You never know whose pocket holds the next treasure. Thanks for watching. Keep flipping those coins. Keep chasing the stories. And remember, sometimes the most ordinary objects carry the most extraordinary past. Until next time, stay curious. America's history is still out there, waiting in your change.